So in this video, I'll be showing you how to determine values that make a particular expression, a rational expression, undefined. So it is possible to have rational expressions that are not defined at certain x values. So this is an example that I would say you should consider. I have this expression right here. Now I can plug in any x value I want, but there's a particular x value that this expression will not accept, that will cause the expression to be undefined. If you look carefully, you know, well, first of all, you know that we do not want to divide by 0. Let me tell you what, show you why we don't want to divide by 0. All right, so if I have, for example, 0 divided by 2, I know the answer is 0 because when I do 2 times 0, like I do 2 times 0, I will get 0, okay? That's defined, okay? It has a particular answer, okay? But if I do 2 divided by 0, I don't know what to put here. If I put a 0 there, then I will be saying that 0 times 0 is 2. That's absurd. That is not correct. So that is not going to work. And if I try to look for another number to put there, there's a 1. That's not going to work because 0 times 1 is not 2. So there's no particular number I can put in here as the answer that will give me 2. So in this case, we say it's undefined. All right, undefined. We cannot divide by 0. We can never divide by 0 because we're going to end up with something that we don't know. All right, so the same idea here. I can plug in any x value I want until a particular value that will make it 0 at the denominator. I don't want 0 here. If you think about it, so you can say, well, x minus 2 must not be equal to 0. So this is what we say cannot be, no, should not be, or must not be. So not equal to. All right. So if I add 2 to both sides, I will get x must not be equal to 2. So think about it. If I plug in 2 here, 2 minus 2. So if I do 2, if I plug in 2, it will be 2 squared minus 49 divided by 2 minus 2. Without even worrying about the numerator, well, let's worry about for right now. So 4 minus 49 is negative 45 divided by 0. We will be dividing by 0, so we don't want a 0 there. So the number that will make it undefined for what? Which value of x is the expression undefined? The value will be 2. We don't want to put 2. So it doesn't become undefined, okay? So the value will be 2. So our answer will be x equals to, will make the expression undefined. All right. Here's another example. Here it's not as simple as the other one that we just did. In this case, I can try different values, or I can just factor the denominator like this, 6x minus 24, and then I will do, this is 42, so I need to factor it to x plus 7 and x minus 6. Okay, so I'm assuming you know how to factor, so that's a requirement to be able to do this kind of work. Now, so there are 2 factors at the denominator. If I plug in negative 7 here, I will get a 0. That will be a 0. Or if I plug in a 6 here, that will be a 0. So the 2 values that are not allowed are negative 7 and 6. Those are the values that will make it undefined. Or you can think about, you can set it equal to individual factor equal to 0 if you are not sure what to do. Like, you know, you are not sure. Go ahead and set x plus 7 equals 0 and subtract 7 from both sides. You will get s equals negative 7, which is what we got. I just did by eyeballing it. The same thing here. If you do x minus 6 equals 0, add 6 to both sides. So s equals 6. That's how I got the 6 there. So the two values we're looking for are -7 and 6. This is how you type it onto data mat. You have to use a curly bracket, okay? Or, you have to set the two numbers in the set. All right. I think this is the last one last example. Okay, so I have x minus 7 and then 6x minus 30. What I can do is to factor the denominator like this: x minus 7, 6x minus 5. So now I have two factors at the denominator. Either 6 will make it 0 or x minus 5. So we don't want 6 to be 0. Of course, 6 cannot be 0. So 6 that doesn't matter. 6 is just 6. It cannot be 0. So that's not a factor. That is not one of the numbers that will make it undefined. But the other factor, binomial here, if I plug in 5 minus 5, I will get 0. So the value that will make this 0 is just 5. Okay, only 5, not 6. Okay. All right. Basically, that's just the idea of rationals that we don't want undefined situation. Okay. All right. That's the end of the video.